Super excited to be making a very special announcement. It's March 6, 2023, and I'm here with a huge group of really special, cool people to announce Thrive Unite 2023, which is this year's major Thrive event that's going to be held across more than a dozen cities across the world, where if you are in the middle of a faith crisis, or if you are have done processing your faith crisis and you're looking for friends, looking for community, looking for support, you can do that at a local Thrive event near you. And to discuss this today, I have a whole host of people, many people who have helped plan this amazing Thrive Unite event. And my co-host on Mormon Stories, Nemo, is going to kind of lead us through this discussion. So I welcome Nemo.
Hi.
Hey, you're hosting one of the Thrive events, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm helping Thrive Zurich go ahead. So that's in Switzerland. So it's the one European Thrive that seems to be going ahead this year, which is very exciting.
Brilliant. All right, well I'm gonna turn the time over to you, and I'm just so
hmm
excited. And I hope lots of people attend this event. And in the description, there are links to how to register for this event.
hmm
But take it away, Nemo.
Yeah, this is a strange old experience. John has put me in charge of something, so hopefully Mormon Stories is still standing by the time I'm done. But tonight is all about Thrive, and I'm going to bring Clint into the stream as well, because Clint is a very important part of Thrive. Clint is basically the driving force behind the overall thing, and then the driving force behind the Unite events is Nan Osborne up in the top right of your screen. So I'd just like her to unmute herself real quick and say a few words to us. Hey, Nan.
Hi, Nemo. Thanks for having us on.
No worries. Thank you for putting all this together. Your name has been coming up in my email inbox a lot recently, chivying people along and getting all these things sorted out. So, I think it's only fair to let you talk about your Thrive event first. So let me put you on full screen.
Thanks. Okay. Um, we initially had planned to do a local event in Provo or Spanish Fork for the people in the south portion of Utah County. And then the group from Highland, Utah, was going to do their own local event in their area. But then when we heard that Stephen Hassen, who is America's #1 cult expert, was going to come and was willing to speak, we decided we needed to have everybody together so that the more people could get to hear from him. So our event will be held at Thanksgiving Point in the show barn, which is a big place that holds 700 people. It's, of course, on March 18th. It begins at 9 a.m. and it will end at 3. The price is only $15. We will not have lunch provided, so you can bring your own small lunch with you. You can take off for an hour. We'll have an hour period where if you want to leave and go get your own lunch. But we have a lot of things going. We have Stephen Hassen talking. Rod and I are going to speak for a few minutes. We have a singer coming in to do some songs that are really great for those people who are newly leaving the church. And there will be plenty of time for mingling with other people who come, so that the whole purpose of Thrive is to provide support and community for people who are needing that, whether you're newly out or long time out. So I think it's going to be great to have so many people together.
Or thinking about being out.
Yeah,
or not even, or just you want to come.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But it'll be great to have such a big group all in one place. We encourage everybody to get tickets now before they're gone, because I think everybody will want to come and hear Stephen Hassen and just be together with so many people. So we're excited.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That sounds brilliant. After every one of these, I'm going to want to fly myself out to the location in question and be there. But unfortunately, I'm only one person, so I can't. But this is all sounding brilliant so far. Why don't we? I don't know how to do this now. I don't know where to go. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to give the Canadians the next word, because, you know, everyone knows about the American Thrives. There's going to be a million of them in Utah, but, you know, Canada is representing here. So let's get Canada in the chat. Alex and who else? It's Casey, isn't it?
Yes.
So you decide amongst yourselves which one of you two would like to talk first.
I think I'll chat first, and
There we go.
And then Casey can like correct everything
Assertive.
and provide all of the good details. Yeah, so last year event was in Lethbridge. This year it's in Calgary. And we're really excited. Last year's event was awesome, but we did have a lot of COVID restrictions that we were contending with. So we were limited in that way. So this year we are going all out. So for the day portion, we have Natasha Helfer, the MVP, coming up to Canada. We're really excited. The theme of the event is how to human after Mormonism, just because we all know there's a lot of those fundamental pillars that we need to rebuild. So, spirituality, sexuality, identity, family, parenting, all those things. So she's going to kind of share with us how to rebuild those things. And then we're going to have just a lot of opportunity for people to mingle. We're going to have sharing circles on topics of those pillars. So people can kind of pick the topics that interest them and then actually get an opportunity to be in a safe sharing circle to explore together ways that we can rebuild. And so I think it's just going to be, really helpful, but also really fun. And then in the evening, we're having a celebration. So it's just all going to be about having a good time. There'll be food, drinks, karaoke, dance floor. We're having it at Hudson's, which is a bar and restaurant downtown. We're going to have a private room. And so as far as like what's covered in the tickets, admission during the day and lunch is covered under the ticket. And then admission in the evening is covered. And as like a little like dangling carrot to get your tickets as soon as possible, extra money that we have is going to, from the ticket sales, after all of like our costs are paid, we're going to have like drink tickets and appetizers and stuff like that, hopefully in the evening as well. And then in the morning, we're having another event. It's a separate ticketed event. And so if you weren't able to make it on Saturday, you can buy this separate ticket, or you can kind of do the two in conjunction, Saturday and Sunday. And it's going to be gentle yoga, meditation, sound bowls, and then like an inner journey workshop. I've never done one. Casey has. So I'm going to pass the time over to Casey to talk a little bit about that, and then just any details I forgot.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Okay, let's throw Casey up into the limelight. You are muted, I believe, Casey. Can't quite hear you on your end. Nope. Still can't hear you. So what we'll do is we'll circle back to you, and I'm going to throw Nathan on his toes to tell us all about Idaho Falls Thrive.
All right, exciting. Here in Idaho Falls, we're excited for another Thrive event. This time we have Anthony Miller coming, always amazing, going to talk about his healing journey and how we can engage in other people's healing journeys. And then we also have Gabby Accord coming. She is a therapist that has done a ton of work in healing from religious trauma. And my wife and I just adore her and are so grateful to have her come up and share her talents with us. There's a lot of time in the schedule to do things like breakout discussions and meet and greets. Our discussion topics are reclaiming identity and values, managing emotional healing, recovering from addictive systems, managing relationships with believing family and friends. That's one of the top ones that people are most interested in doing. And then we're also looking at doing emotional health and spirituality and exploring meaning through philosophy. So lots of opportunities to come, sit and meet. There's lunch. We're right at College of Eastern Idaho, right off Hit Road for those who know in town. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody and have another exciting conference.
Awesome. I think we might have Casey back now. I heard some rumblings of a microphone at work. So Casey, shall we try that again?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
Oh, good.
Right. Tell us all about this spiritual inner journey workshop.
Yeah, so I believe there's going to be also some ecstatic dance happening as well. And so if anyone, I know that there's lots of ecstatic dance happening in Utah. around Salt Lake City area. So we do have a really beautiful girl named Kylie, who's never mowed, but she is super awesome at what she does and leads us through lots of just feelings and all that kind of stuff. So, and then just bringing you up and bringing you down, and it's really beautiful. So I think it'll be just a great way to kind of get in touch with your body.
Okay.
So awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. So then why don't we move ourselves right along to just over the Canadian border to Thrive in Seattle. Let's find out from Jared what's going on there.
Hey there. Well, thanks for having me on, John and Nemo. We're really excited. We're having our Thrive event at Bellevue College this year, just like we did last year, which is literally across the street from the LDS temple. So it's hard to figure out where it's hard to miss where that is. But it's really going to be an amazing lineup this year. We've got some incredible speakers and other guests coming. We have Chelsea Paxton, who is also participating in Thrive Zurich.
Yes.
So we're excited to have her here. She's a professional therapist that deals with faith crisis, people leaving religions. So she's going to be a wonderful resource. We also have Dr. Thomas Murphy. He's a former guest. Well, in fact, the rest of everybody we're talking about here are former guests of Mormon Stories podcast. Dr. Thomas Murphy, he's an anthropologist, professor of anthropology, and it's always great to listen to him. He's very insightful and very intelligent. We're also going to have an LGBTQ discussion panel. The exciting thing about that is we're going to bring resources and topics and discussions about how to support our LGBTQ friends and family. That's something you don't get in Mormonism. So there are a lot of people coming out of the church with a lot of questions, also people in need of resources. We're going to have representation there from the Mama Dragons and probably some other groups as well. So we're really excited about that. Following that up is Angela Soph. We're really excited for her to share her perspectives on post-Mormon parenting. And also, we very much look forward to her sharing her music as well. Then finally, we're going to be blessed with John Larsen. Yes, the John Larsen is coming to Seattle. So he's going to talk about spirituality for those who don't believe in such things. I can't wait to hear that. We're also lucky enough to have some other guests, such as authors Luna Corbden, as well as Lindsay Helm. They're going to be showing or showcasing their books there. So that'll be an opportunity for people to come and meet them. So it's going to be a fun time. We're really excited.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone is going to Thrive Seattle, apparently. I can't think of anyone that isn't. So I'm not, which makes me sad. But
we're looking forward to John being there, too. I thought when he was talking with John Larsen about it, I think John Dehlin said he'll have to come up. So.
Well, there you go, right?
Yeah.
So that sounds great. Why don't we then, my American geography is now going to fail me a little bit. I've been working my way through the countries, but why don't we go to Thrive Denver, Denver is in Colorado, I do believe, that big square state in the middle.
Yes, you're correct. And we are so excited to be a part of this. So thank you. The Thrive Denver Unite event is going to be a day of celebration with the theme being congratulations on your faith transition. So it's going to be a time that everyone can get together and be recognized for all of the really big and sometimes challenging decisions that we have made recently. And we are going to be having a day of like optional activities kind of scattered throughout, including ex-Mormon bingo, which I'm very excited about organizing. We have a host actually who's going to be leading that, who is a performer who's going to come and facilitate the ex-Mormon bingo. We are also going to have an opportunity for people to learn how to play poker if they would like, and various chances for people to share their stories, which tends to be the thing that people at Denver Thrive enjoy doing the most. We have a really active group. We're about a year in now with a lot of people who come every single month. We are a monthly group. So for anyone who's in the area, who's curious about what we do, we have large events like this scattered through the year. And then we meet monthly as well. We also have new people joining all the time. And it's really, really fun. Our tickets are $25, which is going to include lunch, drinks, prizes, snacks, and some other surprises. And we are also going to have an activity that will recognize happy and memorable memories that people have made since their faith transition. So we'd love you to join us.
Perfect. Make sure you come along. I'm going to make the guess that Portland is in Oregon. That's my guess. So Marissa, why don't you tell me if I'm right or wrong?
You are right. There is a Portland, Maine, but we're in Oregon.
You're in Oregon. Okay, that's good. Tell us about your Thrive event.
We're stoked to be doing Thrive for a second time here in Portland. Our event is from 10 to 5 on the 18th, and it is near the airport. Brittany Pixton is going to be our MC again for a second time. She did great for us. We're excited to have her again. And the Tomsters is coming out to Portland. So we are thrilled to have him and his wife. They're going to both speak to us. And if you guys don't know him, he's been on Mormon Stories. So people should know him, but he has been instrumental in my faith journey. He just is he tells it like it is. He calls the church out, and his humor is spot on. So him and his wife are going to speak to us. They also agreed to take questions from the audience. And then he's also going to do some stand-up for us. So that'll be a good time. We also have an awesome, brilliant licensed counselor named Heidi Alsop. She focuses on all kinds of trauma, childhood trauma, complex trauma, religious trauma, and faith transitions. She's brilliant, but she's also a total badass. So she will be amazing. And I am stoked to have her be with us. We have a cash bar starting at lunchtime. So that'll be good. We also learned last year that people really enjoyed hearing about other people's stories. So we're definitely budgeting time for that, and games and prizes and ex-Mormon bingo. There's an after party that starts immediately afterwards that will include hopefully some karaoke. It's going to be a good time. So, people are on the fence. Like, they say that they're going to buy tickets, but they haven't yet. So we came up with an incentive that if we can sell 50 more tickets this week, Amira and I, who are hosting the event, will put pink highlights in our hair for the event.
Well,
we'll show up.
There you go.
And do it if we can sell 50 more tickets this week.
If that's not a reason to go buy a ticket to Thrive Portland, I don't know what is.
I agree.
Okay. Carol, as a person in Utah, as far as I'm aware, Ogden is in Utah. Please tell us about your Thrive event.
Okay. Well, we are going to have it at Weber State University again this year, and I think it's going to be even better than last year because we are also having Steven Hassen come and speak in the afternoon. He's going to be in Lehi in the morning and then up with us in the afternoon. So I'm so excited to hear from him. He's going to be talking about, I imagine, his book, Combating Cult Mind Control, and how we can learn to think independently. And it's really a great opportunity to hear this world expert on thought control. So hopefully everyone will join us for that. And we have a lot of different wonderful speakers. We have someone talking on thriving through adversity. A lot of times when we leave the church, we don't know how to handle things like death or loss of a job or anything like that. So we are going to talk about that. And we have someone talking about accepting differences in family and friends, so that we can improve our relations with those of us who don't believe the way we do. And let's see, we have an LGBTQ talk and a Q&A session with a social worker. And we have a therapist panel. We have 4 highly qualified therapists that are going to answer our questions. And so we're going to do that for about 45 minutes and talking about the different phases of a faith transition and how we can work through those. And then we have a lot of fun things lined up too. We're going to have what we call a postimony meeting. So not a testimony meeting, but a postimony meeting. And we're going to pass the mic around and people can share their stories or ask questions of each other or comments, and a musicamony session where we're going to talk about our favorite faith transition song. And we're going to throw it up on the screen and everyone's going to sing a verse together. So it should be a lot of fun. We've got poetry, we've got lunch. What am I leaving out? We have a lot of just great speakers, a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join us because you won't want to miss this one. It's going to be really good. Oh, it's from 10 to 6, again, at Weber State University. Tickets are $25, so get them soon.
That sounds absolutely amazing. And then I think the final one, Jen Nielsen, I don't know where your event is. Where is your event? Tell us. You're muted.
We're in Omaha.
You're
Nebraska.
in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Tell us all about
And
it.
after listening to all of you, I have Thrive Envy. We're just a baby Thrive here in Omaha, Nebraska. We had one set last year and COVID hit my house and it was canceled last minute. So this is our first gathering that we will have here. We are just gathering for coffee and donuts, and we're just hoping to just let people know that there's a presence here and try to be there to support each other. We're guessing it's going to be kind of small, but we invite anyone and everyone in this area to buy a ticket. It's $1. I think it's not overly priced at all. And already just listening to all these other fun meetings and gatherings, there's more ideas. So if we can have some people sign up, we'll make sure it will not disappoint. So we're thankful for the opportunity to let everybody know that we're here in the middle America.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that, Jen. I think that's a really perfect note to kind of lead into what I'm going to talk about, which is I've done Thrive events where a couple of people have shown up and that's it. And that's who it's for. And I'll put on an event for 1 or 2 people because we can't all be in the Mormon corridor where there's tons of people who have had the same experience as us. Sometimes it's about finding a community in a place where there's less people and finding a place for everyone to congregate, which is why we're doing an event in Zurich. We're doing an event in Switzerland, which is very exciting. I will be there in person. We've got Chelsea Paxton coming in over Zoom link, so she's going to be doing a Q&A with us all. And we've got a former missionary who served in Switzerland coming back. I'm taking him along with me, and he's going to be presenting on his experience as what it is like to return to the place where you served your mission, having lost your faith. So that's going to be really exciting to hear his workshop talking about how to deal with what it's like to kind of reflect on your mission after you've left the church. It wouldn't be Switzerland if we didn't go have a look at some chocolate. So we're going to the Lindt Chocolate Factory as part of our Thrive. There'll be karaoke later in the evening. My workshop's on critical thinking. Anyone that's been to the UK Thrives will have had that workshop before, but I've tweaked it a little bit, hopefully, to make it a little bit better this time. John will probably be calling in, because John calls in whenever we do these international ones, so he'll call in and say hi to everyone. So if you're in southern Germany, Austria, Liechtenstein, Switzerland, France, anywhere in Europe, we've got people coming from the Netherlands, so it's fairly central, Switzerland in Europe, so come on over. That's the great thing we've got here in Europe. But that's all I'm going to say about that. And just as John is a busy man, Chelsea Paxton's a busy man, Steve Hassen's a busy man, because the day after Thrive Unite, on the 19th, he's doing an all-day workshop with John Dehlin. The details of that are in the description. So before we wrap up, I just want to give Clint Martin a quick opportunity to tell us a little bit about Thrive, which I should have done at the beginning, but better late than never. So let's pop Clint into the stream. Let's make him a big face on the stream and have him tell us all about Thrive.
Thanks, Nemo. Thanks for helping to host this. And sorry we were running a few minutes late. Hearing everyone talk and share their events is just amazing to me, to see how many great people are willing to just step up. No one's getting paid. This is a volunteer effort. And they're willing to step up, spend their time, step outside of their comfort zone to host these events. So I just want to thank all of the small group hosts, everyone that's putting time and energy into hosting these events. It really means a lot. You can see we just had an event in St. George last weekend, I believe, and it's amazing to watch the ripples in the pond as you see one person meet 2 or 3 other people, and then where those relationships go and where they lead. You just never know how important and how impactful a new connection can be when you're in the process of a faith transition. So Thrive is here to help support you, to help support us all as we transition through, this pretty difficult thing that's a faith crisis. So appreciate everyone that's that's helping to organize these events. And for any listeners, I would say the best way that you can show your support to people that are willing to put their asses on the line and go out and host these events is just to show up. People ask me all the time, what can we do? How can we help? Well, probably the first thing to do is just to show up and support one of these events, help set up the tables, help put them down, make a new friend, make a new connection. Mm-hmm. So it's great to be with you, and thanks so much, Nemo.
Thank you. Thanks. I'd say some of the best times I had at Thrive in Provo when I was there last year was helping set up beforehand. Trying to get all the drinks into the fridge was a task that me and a few others got heavily involved in, and it was quite fun. So yeah, it's all about getting involved, getting stuck into that community spirit. There's a lot of people. There's been people in the comments saying, can we have one in Atlanta? Can we have one, elsewhere? If you want one, make one. Make it. All it takes is you and a few other people to get together and to say something. Oh, go on, Nan, I can feel you.
Thanks. If you want to start your own, even if you only have 2 or 3 of you and you want to be a Thrive group, I'm your girl. So email me. It's nanosborne@gmail.com, and I can help you get one started. In addition to the people who've all spoken, we have 2 representatives who aren't on the screen today. One is from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and one is from Athens, Georgia. So the Fort Wayne one is already listed on the Thrive Beyond Religion website. The Georgia one is not yet, but we hope it's going to be on there soon. But if you want to start something, call me. Several of the ones that are going to host events this year only called me a month or 2 ago and said, we want to have a group this year. It's not difficult, and the more the merrier, and the better it is.
Do we want to plug the Arizona?
No, Gilbert, Arizona is also going to have one, but not on our day. They're going to do it in a couple of months. So, but the one in Arizona all came because somebody went to the St. George event and was really touched and impacted and decided we want to start our own. And so they went home and made a plan and called me, and bada bing. So I encourage anyone who wants one to call me.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, it doesn't have to be on this day. A Thrive event can happen anytime. There's one going on in Scotland in the summer. We had one in May last year, just anytime. And it doesn't have to be these big, crazy events. As Jen showed us, it can just be a few people getting together and talking about their shared experience. So with that, I will wrap it up. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Thank you very much, everyone, for putting up with me as your host. I'm neither as tall nor as handsome as John Dehlin, but I hope I did my best. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the work that Mom Stories does, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's free, it costs you nothing, but it does help us out. So with big cheers, smiles and waves, we look forward to seeing you at your next Thrive event. See you later, everybody. Take care.